Can you talk a little bit about the sort of discrepancy between all of this hype for new technology, all of the money, and all of the machinations politically that we see on the Hill today to invest in these technologies, and then the actual results, and whether or not the military is left with a product that lives up to that hype?
Sure. Well, part of it is a sales job, not just by the industry, but by the military to the American public. So, every generation there's a new miracle weapon or miracle system. In Vietnam, it was supposed to be the electronic battlefield, which would find every Viet Cong fighter and take them out. It completely failed. They were hundreds of thousands of fighters were getting by without this system recognizing them because they used very simple countermeasures. Ronald Reagan was going to build an impenetrable Star Wars shield, which is still a pipe dream. Even things that work in a technical sense, like precision guided munitions, were of very little help in Afghanistan or Iraq because of the nature of the wars that were being fought, and U.S. troops were being hurt by things like improvised explosive devices. So this idea that technology wins the day, there's sort of two flaws. One is it going to perform as advertised? Other is it appropriate, or is it the balance, the difference maker in war? So in the tech area, the Pentagon's not terribly technically proficient. I think a lot of the people work on this stuff are in industry because that's where the money is. So you could imagine evolution where they're selling them all kinds of ideas that the Pentagon and Congress are not equipped to evaluate, but that sound great, and let's do it. So I think that's one problem. And then the problem, let's say it does work. Who's going to decide how it gets used? Is it just all bets are off, just full speed ahead into a high-tech arms race, or is there some way to control these things? And then a minor point, which always interests me, is they never talk about how they're going to produce this stuff. They just talk about the idea. Right. And, Kathleen Hicks, the Deputy Secretary of Defense, said, oh, yeah, we'll have the first fruits of the Replicator initiative in 18 months. Well, the F-35 is 23 years in, and it's still being fixed. Mm-hmm. So how are they going to make this transition to this kind of instant, cheap, workable technology? It hasn't been proven, to say the least.